everyone. I am the Reverend Point Blank. This is the recap of The Preachers of LA, Season 2, Episode 10, Bouncing Back. First of all, I have a little bit of a question about this music. Listen to this. I don't know about you, but I've enhanced it. I'm going to play it again the way I hear it, the way they've played it, and I'm going to play you the enhancement. Listen to this. Okay, I don't know what you gathered from that or what you saw or heard. I don't know what you heard, but I know what I heard. I know that that particular piece is taken out of Final Cut. It's some music that's there, and the man is saying it a few times like an echo. I know I've used it before, so I don't know why they would use that in Bouncing Back, but I guess it's appropriate. Okay, let's get busy. Pastor Breast Milk is really funny that you have to go to a female to tell you how you're thinking. That's why I call you Pastor Breast Milk. I'm gonna pray for you, my brother. And yes, I understand why, Pastor Breast Milk, you have a compassion for this kind of thing, scandals and things, because you recently were caught up in one. You know what it feels like. I'm not saying it's a wrong thing. It's a part of life. Yes, it's wrong for those people to ridicule him, and everyone makes mistakes, and everyone who ridiculed that young man has gone through mistakes and made mistakes their own selves and themselves. So it's a good thing to go and support him. I also, again, feel that it's part of television. You know, you guys are going to go down there and try to get him a record deal. You're going to bring your whatever people you know down there to try to help the man. And that's a great thing. I think it's great. But there's a lot of other people in the world who need help as well. Not just gospel preachers. They should be held more accountable for their actions than lay people. Not to say that everyone shouldn't be held accountable, but here you are standing as your music says, we are the leaders. And if the leaders can't stand up and do the right thing, then where does that leave the followers? Okay, Sister B, I understand why you're in this position. I very well understand that most of the people in this world are in that same position. And even at your age. Of course, you're not young, but you're not old either. But the point is, at this age, you should have some idea of what you want from life. Now, you've been following the preacher around since you were 20 years old. Whatever he said, do, you did that. Now you're at the point where something inside of you is saying, I'm not really fulfilled, and I want to find that fulfillment, and I believe it's in who I am, because who I am has to do with what I do. And if I don't find me, I can't be myself, and I'm always going to be in the shadows of the past. Of course, they want you to come speak. Your husband is famous on television. The wife of the famous PW. You know, he's already famous, so therefore, you carry that power with you to speak to the women, and they will pay you for that. But are you doing this for the money? And I appreciate you coming for saying, I don't know what I want to do. I don't think seeing a psychic is going to help you. This woman sat down with you and said to you, talk to me, when she should have been talking to you. You mentioned about you didn't know what you wanted and you had a desire for certain things. Well, she didn't get to the core of it. The core should have been, who are you? Where do you feel like you're going in life, and what is your gift? Because now we can take 1 hour out of the day to spend time with ourselves and take an inventory of the things we like and we don't like, the things we love and we don't love, the things we don't like and do like. This is a part of development and growth that you find out over time, and over time you say, hey, this is what I want to do. But sometimes it's late because we get caught up in the world. We get caught up in buying things. We get caught up in relationships. As in this case, we get caught up in jobs and in careers. And we are in these things and we are miserable until one day we say, wow, I'm unhappy. And in this case, she's unhappy. She's being asked to do events, and she's being asked to do. Honestly, she shouldn't be preaching. She doesn't. That's not what she does. She says it several times. If you have a question about something that someone is asking you to do, it's probably not for you. Yes, Pastor PW, there are responsibilities that comes with being a pastor's wife. She's given up a lot to serve you under your ministry. And of course, there's a lot to give up. If you're doing anything when you're married to someone, or you're in a job, or you're in a position and you've invested time and energy in it, you have to make a decision. Then you say, well, I've invested all this time. What am I going to do? And she's at the point now where she has to say, what do I want? And that's basically what she's saying. But I don't believe the young lady, the spiritualist, is very spiritual. The answer she should have given her was, look, spend time with yourself. Find out your first love. Find out the thing that makes you excited. In fact, find the thing that you love to do that you would do for free, and I'll show you how to make it pay you, because you're already famous. Well, okay, my sister, if you're going to take it to another level, take it to the first level in your church. You just stated that all of the members in the church have no idea who they are, have no idea they're hiding behind the lipstick, the sort of theory. And why go to the streets? I mean, these people are in your own home. Deal with them first. Well, you're going to start me to preaching up in here. That's funny, sister. You say you start to look around in your church and you didn't hesitate. And everyone, you said, was not being honest with themselves, basically, and not being their true selves. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. And even you guys on this show are not really being your true selves. So why don't you guys stop hiding behind the lipstick of the television world and of the TV world and of the entertainment world, and everything I can see, it seems to be staged up until we find someone who is truly and honestly hurt, and they don't care about the cameras, like the brother with the tattoos and the sister. They didn't really care about that. They were serious. You understand what I'm saying? So people who are camera flashed, or they're and excited by the camera, they're going to go along with the program destined to fail. But someone who is sincere, they may shed a tear because they know it's an honest thing. They may break down and change their lives because they are sincere. Or you went to the club, the strip club, you didn't see one strip sister there. You know why? Because they knew that you guys were coming. They had to tell them that you were coming because they couldn't get on camera without their permission. And do you honestly think they want to be on camera? If they wanted to come to the church, they would have gone already. Why would you go by a strip club with a camera crew trying to get people to come to God? That's embarrassing. Young lady, you should know better than that. Your husband should know better than to allow you to go into a strip club looking for women and expecting to find them. That, my friend, is foolish. And that's why there was no one there. There was no one there. That is why there was no one there. The sister that was there was working there. She had agreed to be there. She agreed to be on camera. The only way you're going to make this thing straight up is to tell the producers, we're going to do this my way, with whatever producing skills they can add. And it's going to cost them a little more, because some people are going to say, no, I don't want to do that. Real TV. And quite frankly, my brothers and sisters, when you don't have a solid foundation to stand on, when you leave that area of denigration, displeasure, or the thing that is unpleasing, and you don't have a solid foundation to stand on, you're going to go back to it, because as soon as that foundation that you were standing on is not solid, or crumbles, then you're going to have a problem again. Whatever kind of problem it's going to be, is going to surface because you haven't dealt with the problem in the first place, which is that of you finding your thing and standing in that position, operating that. And any problems come that way, they won't bother you, because you know in your heart, I'm supposed to be doing this. All this is great, but they should be going at this thing with a clear perspective of letting each individual know that each individual is great, each individual has talent, each individual is gifted, and they should be showing them how to find that treasure. You don't want to tell them it's wrong Well, let me explain something to you. Without having that, how can we feel or know or see what's wrong? If we don't experience it, in some cases, well, now there's some things we don't need to experience, like we can see that heroin kills, we can see that fire burns, we can see that guns kill, we can see that drugs destroy, we can see these things, so we can say, okay, I'm going to do it anyway, knowing what the consequences are, or not knowing and then feeling them and then deciding, well, whether you want to continue to do it or not. It's just a decision. You keep talking about the devil, and I hear him talking about the devil this and the devil that. You know, well, God Almighty, all-knowing, He is the first, the last, beginning and the ending. Well, He made the sunshine and the darkness. He was here before the beginning of the earth. He made the angel that He knew was going to be a devil. Oh, wait a minute. He made the angel that He knew was going to be, well, He had to know that He's God, so why did He create an angel that He knew was going to be the devil? Let me see, yeah. So you can have a choice, and you can know right and wrong, up and down, good and bad, hot and cold. So don't blame the devil, because every time you blame the devil, you take away the responsibility of fixing it yourself. You can't fix it if you blame somebody else. And if you're going to blame somebody, you might as well blame God, because God is the one that made this angel that He knew was going to be a devil. Well, pray with me now. It's okay, man. I appreciate the help for the brother, but what the hell is all this mumbling for? Ha na 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 na. Come by my house on the Honda. No one there, neither do any one of us who's watching, knows a word that y'all mumbling. The Bible clearly says if there's someone speaking in unknown tongues, there is always somebody there to interpret it. So what's all this nonsense mumbling about? You know, I don't get it. So if someone can write me, tell me what those words mean, so that the body of God can be edified, so that the people of God may know what God is speaking through you. Because if you're just speaking and no one knows what you're saying, then it's mumbling. Okay, I'm feeling something. Ha na 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 na, he na na boshana. Ha na he na na boshana na hala rosana baba. Hola hisana na hallelujah, hallelujah. Somebody tell me what I just said, because I don't even know. There's not much else to discuss about this particular show. There's a few other things happening, but I'm not going to do too much elaboration on it. But I do want to leave you with this. If I plant an apple seed on the ground where the ground is good and the weather is right, guess what? I will get an entire tree from one seed, hundreds of apples, thousands of the very same seed. See, I don't need no one to tell me that. The law of gravity. You can say, I don't like gravity. Gravity can kiss you where the sun don't shine. Well, jump off the Sears building. Jump off the Empire State Building. You can call Jesus, Buddha, Allah, the Bank of Washington. You can call yourself. I don't care who you call. By the time space of that top of that building to the ground, when you hit that ground, your life as we know it will be over. Every word and every deed is a seed. The hearts of people is the very ground that seed is going in. The head understanding of who they are is the weather, whether it can birth and service and give that seed nutrients. You can't yell at a tree that you planted. And you can't yell at someone that you let in your space, in your house, in your life, because you don't know where you're going and you don't know who they are or where they're going, because they don't know where they're going, and you and he or he and you have got together because y'all like the sex or the money or the cars or whatever feel, taste, smell, or look good to you. It has nothing to do with your spiritual person. Before I go, you need to know that, whether you like it or not. Praise the Lord. And there are people all over the United States and the world who spend their time, spend their relationships, spend their working hours on jobs and with people, and at 30 years old or 40 years old they realize they don't want to do that, they want to do something different, and not knowing what they want to do, they go off into something else that may be misdirecting them even further. They call me the Reverend Point Blank. Until next week, have a good day. Oh, you are Pastor Mama, baby, what you doing playing basketball with Pastor Breast Milk's wife?